So, welcome back to Betide and PlayFab. This year released Economy version 2 which is like stable now, and it brings a lot of improvements over the older economy system. Like it now has UGC, the currency and all the basic stuff is now like have the same base. So you can like make the currency system a lot more dynamic and stuff, and also everything can be connected to Azure functions. So the basic like the reason why I think they moved on to economy version 2 was just so that you can have like unlimited UGC items, because now you would be seeing Fortnite is doing UGC, Roblox was already doing UGC. So like all these games are moving towards community generated content, and that's what PlayFab thought most games would do. So this now supports UGC, and even if you don't want to have UGC, you can use it like a normal inventory shop thing. One more thing that I want to add is in the same way Cloud Script is now a legacy thing. Like it was replaced by Azure functions because Microsoft owns this thing now. One last thing, like just in addition to that, stats and leaderboard is also coming. Like a version 2 of that is also coming. It's still legacy, the current one still exists, but they are working on a version 2 for that too. So that said, let's get started with the economy version 2. Like now, if you don't know the basics, you can see the series that we have. This is the continuation of that series, just an upgrade to whatever happened with the economy version 2 and how we are going to implement that. And like as you can see on the screen, we will implement the currency system, the system where we have where we can purchase items and see that in the inventory. We will also add how you can upload images for each item and get that in the game. Lastly, we will also see how you can go through how to upload files, custom files on PlayFab. Although I won't show a visual representation, but I would show on the dashboard how you can do that. That said, let's get started now. So this is a title which I just created a few moments ago, and like it has some basic stuff like a credit card added. Yep. If you want to use economy version 2 features, you need to have a credit card needed, but it doesn't even charge you to like test the card. So you know what I mean, right? Just for development reasons, you can do that. So let's go to economy and then currency. So if you have not added any credit card in place of enable, you would be seeing a new option like add credit card or something like that. And this is catalog version 2. That means this is a part of the economy version 2. So let's go to currency and enable the published currencies. Now let's add a new currency. So as I told you in the start of the video, this system is much more dynamic than what was earlier. Now you can have a lot of different types of files, images and things attached to this thing itself. So and also this start date usually means the start date of when you want to make the item start selling, and end date is like, of course, when you don't want it to be up for sale. But in terms of currency, you should not put the end date, just a start date is needed. Like I can put it 6th of the last month and leave it there. So whatever you are putting the thing here, you will be able to access it inside the game too. So like if I have a description, I will be able to get that description in the game. If I have a title, I will be able to get a title. Now there is a different bit of structure. Now you will see every description, title and keyword has a new structure where it says neutral. Now I'm not sure why the JSON structure requires neutral now, but for instance, for the title, you cannot put a text here. You need to put the text in this bracket, like it becomes a JSON. So but for some reason that word is neutral, and you can put any title here. Maybe I will say gold currency and update. For content type, we don't need anything. Friendly ID, we don't need anything. Display properties again requires you to put it something as JSON. Again, I don't need to put something here. if you want, you can put some description, but we don't need. And price, if you want to make this item sellable, but again you will require a virtual currency which you don't have, Abhi, and this is the most basic virtual currency, so we will just keep it here. And you also have the option to hide it from here. Now for image, you can upload a image from your PC. I hope none of my confidential files are getting leaked here, but anyways, I will get an image. Sorry for that, but I will get an image. I don't. So yeah, I selected a song title now. This is the image I could find quicker. And then you can select this image is a thumbnail or a screenshot. So a screenshot comes from the basis of the system, that is UGC. Normally UGC items have a lot of screenshots. So, but this is a thumbnail for this, and we can just save and publish. Now you can also save it as a draft in case you want to maybe edit it and like be able to access it later. But now this item is created. So if we go to currency, we have a gold currency which we created, which looks nice. So one thing done. Let's move on to the next thing. Go to your Unreal Engine, and as I told, this is the same project. Now you will be able to download this project from the description. I have provided it. You can download it, and you will find the structure to be like after whatever we did in the first video, anything after that. One thing I'm going to do is to make the development process a lot shorter is I will go to game instance, and here in place of login with PlayFab, like login in with a username or stuff, I will remove this and add a login with custom ID. So this helps us to basically just put anything as the ID and it will directly log in us. We don't need to enter anything. Now this is again just to make the process a little bit quicker. And on success, just connect them, this and this. So now here make a request. For create account, we will turn this true, and custom ID would be anything you can put, or maybe I will put test account, and compile and save. Oh, here you need to select on failure PlayFab function, and done. So here is the event that updates the currency and inventory. Now in the current system is not exactly same as the older one, so you cannot get both together. Although you can, but it's not a something that you should do. So let's do one thing. Let's update this update currency and event. Which is it? Event update here. Select this function and add a new input. Make update currency. So when this is called with this true, that means we need to update currency or else the inventory. So we will make a branch. Yeah. Let me add if true, update the currency or else the inventory. Nice. So if this is true, then what we need to do is we need to call get inventory, not the get inventory items. The get inventory items only. Sorry. Yeah. And make a request. Now you will find a few things. First is a collection ID. So normally if you have seen games, there are a lot of games if you have a collection where you want to sell it together and stuff, you can use the connection ID, and rest we don't need to put anything. Like count is the number of items you want to get, so of course it should be like 10 or something, so we can put it 10. So if you set it to 0, it will get like the default value as it says is 10, so it will get it to 10, and the maximum items you can get is 50. Now here comes the most important thing, that is this filter. So what you can do is come here and make a new variable and make it item search type, and this should be a string. So this filter should be used, for instance, if you search for if I like search for type EQ currency, I would be getting a currency. So what I can do is I will disconnect here, and if this is true, we will just search for the currency. So drag it here and make it currency, or else here we will search it inventory. But let's connect it back here, and from here we will make an append node, and you can write type eq and the variable itself. And as you can see, it will only get the inventory, the currency items for us that this player holds. So as of now, this player doesn't hold anything, so it should be null. So let's make it event dispatcher. On failure, on success, make a new custom event, get items success. Now break the result, and this items will hold order info. It also holds a continuance token, if like here also you can see. So if you want to have any calls after this, you can pass this token and the number of API calls will decrease. So let's get this item first. We only need a single item because we only will have a single currency, but if you have multiple currencies, you can have a for each loop. And if this is there, we will just check in is valid. Now not needed, but we'll do so that at least we'll don't get a invalid option or something like that. So basically just this should be ticked, and then when you run the request, login and just close, you will see that we get the data correctly here. Now it says the amount is 3000 and this, so just let me show you. So I granted myself 3000 amount of gold currency, and that's why I have that. Just to be exact, I can just reload once. If you don't know how to add, I can just go to players, search, find any player that you want to give. You can search his name, you can search his ID or anything. Open it up, inventory version 2, and then pick multiple items. Use custom collection ID you can do, and put the collection ID here, or you can just from here put currency and add. Now just put the amount that you want, and I can put it maybe 5000 and add. So, and now the new amount should be, let's reload, we go to currency and new amount is 8000, 3000 older plus 5000 new amount. And let's go back here. So if you see this data correctly, this items thing is returning a array, and from that array we get the first item, that is in getting the number field here, amount, which is 3000. So let's go back to the game instance here, and if it is valid, we will get number field, which is the amount. And if this amount we get it, we will just set this to this value, and it should update the function itself. So one more thing, I just need to check. Now I don't know why when I was creating the series I used this. I could have used a delegate, but anyway, and like I don't know why I did that, but now if I have done that, so let's use that only. So yeah, you see this number got updated to 8000. So the currency works now. One more thing you must be thinking is earlier, let me go back in this thing, economy and currency, new currency, we could have given a deposit and initial and recharge rate, right? Now this cannot be done directly in this currency as far as I know. So what you need to do is you need to run an Azure function. Now how to run that Azure function, I will be showing exactly how to do that in the third part of this series, because that's a very good use case for Azure functions itself. So that said, let's move on to the items. So now in items, so basically as you can already see, items are the building blocks, and you already know what are items, right? So let's create a new item. Let's assume this is a weapon. Now it can be an AK-47 or something, some skin that you want to sell in the marketplace. So I will name this AK-47 skin. Now this title, you can put the same thing in the description also, display properties also, if you want, although we do not need it. But again, now keywords is like, if you want to, like if you are going to have multiple items or maybe 200, 300 items, and you want to be able to search for them, then you can use this keywords thing where you have a lot of keywords and player types. Okay, weapon, and then also this comes up, AK-47, then also it comes up and stuff like that. Now I don't know if you know, but invent economy version 2 was made with the idea of having unlimited items in your shop, so these things make sense. Again, the start date is needed, of course, so let's put it maybe 213, and then comes the price. So for price, we will select the currency and add the gold currency, and the amount I can put it to be maybe 2500. So this is what the price goes for, and then you can add more things. I don't think we need anything else. We can just save and publish. Oh, you can also add a weapon image, of course, and you can also add a new model or the skin which you want the player to download when he like basically upload, like buys this thing up. So save and publish. Now let's go back and go to stores. So there is a basic difference between stores and bundles, and that is basically bundles. What happens is basically a few items get on the sale but together, but those items come for a single fee. So for instance, you have AK-47 and 10 skins of that AK-47. You can make a bundle of that and sell it for a lower price. Whereas in the store, you can sell those items separately. And I think most of us know what the difference between store and bundle is. And basically we also have subscriptions. Basically you can, I think as far as I remember, you can add things, and over a period of time, if the player continues to subscribe, you reward them with new items. So let's go to the store and create a new store. Again, you would find these settings to be very similar because as PlayFab docs say, they are made on the same base. Now the title would be main store. Hopefully this is JSON, yeah. And we can add new items. So let's add our AK-47 skin, and you can add a new store price. So basically you can have season wise stores. So basically this store goes for January, which will have a higher price. Next season will have a lower price for this item, and you can do like have a store specific price here. Again, the start date should be there. And if you are going to sell this item on Steam or Discord or anything like that, PlayStation, Google Play, you can select that and put the marketplace ID, and it will connect to it. Although we are not going to sell, of course, so we will just save and publish. And done. So this is what now we need in game. Copy this ID. I think so we will need this ID. I'm not pretty sure. Let's go to the engine. So let's go to BI game instance and create a new interface function, and we will just name get store items, simple like that, and get to the BB game instance and create a new event for that. Get store items, implement. Okay, let's keep it here on, and then construct a JSON object and right click, promote to a variable, and name this store variable, maybe something like that. Store object would be a good thing. Then set field, or maybe set string field would be better. Set string field, and now we need to pass our the ID that we copied. Again, I went away for a few seconds and I forgot where I saved that ID, so I need to open up PlayFab again. Yeah, I will just copy this and put it in the string value. Now the string field name should be capital I small d, and that is it. Like now we will be able to find our item. So add a new event, search for search items, make a request, and here you can put you can pass the store interface, which is this store object, and you have a lot of settings that you can set, like the maximum number of count and stuff. I can make it 30 maximum number of count. You can have filters, like you just want UGC items or you just want X number of items and etc. And like if you want to order them by something, you can do that. But I just want to get all the items from my store. So let's make an event dispatcher, and we will select the order on failure PlayFab node. On success, I will make a new node. Search items success. Make this, and you will get this items array. Now add a. Now again, see, the thing is we don't have much items as of now in our inventory, but if you had, you can like call. So what we can do is we can create, right click this and promote it to a variable. Name this store items and set it like this, and create a new event dispatcher. We can name this store updated, and we can call it here. Let's go back, create a new widget. Now you can name this store widget, pin it up, add a canvas panel like this. Yeah. Oh, or what we can do is we can do that on the main menu only, because main menu is empty as of now, and we are not going to do anything else in this series but the economy and Azure functions. So in the main menu itself we will do it. So we have this main menu. In the middle we will add a scroll box. And make it cover maybe the complete screen. Sorry, let's make it 100, 100, 100, 100. So yeah, in the middle of the screen we are covering it up. And then let's go remove this store widget and create a new widget. Name this item widget, and make or we can just make this desired. Make a size box and you can set the size to be 200 by 200. Add an image. We can add a vertical box firstly. Add an image. Then a text. Text should be able to put it here. And I will center it also. And also button which will be press to buy the item. Let's make it, let's have a text there too. Make this thing purchase. And this image should be also wrapped by a size box. It should be a 120 by 120 image. Or maybe a 60 by 60 whatever your game wants. I will make it to 120 by 120. I can increase this thing up by 400. And select everything else and make it save. It can go 240 by 240. Mark it up. Whatever I just did was all UI work, so you don't need to worry. But here is what the final UI looks like. Looks okay-ish, not that good, not that bad. So firstly, what we are going to do, we are going to create a new variable and name this uh, item info. And this is basically we are going to take a single element of this, and each item will have its single element. So it's a PlayFab JSON object. So let's go back to item widget and make this PlayFab JSON object, and it should be an object reference, and make it instance editable and expose on spawn. So remove this and make an event begin play. Oh, sorry, event construct. Check if this item info is valid. You need to check if it is valid or not, because if, like, for instance, sometime this comes out to be null, you will receive a lot of error messages. So better you always check it, and then we will just assign the values. So for now I'm not assigning, I will just keep it here. Let's go back to our main menu and wrap this scroll box by, I can wrap it by vertical box, I think. Yeah, let's put it in vertical box and make two scroll boxes. Now why two scroll boxes? One is for the inventory, and one is for the store items, putting everything on the main screen only. So fill, so both are taking half the screens. Let's add two texts also, so that we can identify. One is above the store. Let's name this store and center it, and duplicate it and put it here and name this inventory. Looks good. Now we can just update it out. One sec. Now when that looks good, I can move on. So here we are already calling this function which updates the inventory. So after the inventory is updated, I can just make a new function here. It would be better, because this structure is not good. Let's make a sequence. And from here, I will get the game instance. Get this one only. And call this function get store items. Get store items and connect here. So after this store items is run, we will before that we will just bind to the delegate. Now this will require casting to the game instance, so let's do that. Cast to BP game instance. Although you have other methods, but like quicker would be to just directly bind it. You can call assign store updated, and it will fire this function as soon as the store is updated. So as soon as the store is updated, we will get the value here. We can also pass it here, right? We can make a input method here. Let's add the input. Name this item array and make it PlayFab JSON object and pass. Oh, we need an array, sorry. And pass the array here, or we can directly take it from here. It would be better. Compile and save. Let's go back to the main menu here, compile and save, and you see we are getting the item array. Don't worry about this node. This has been like from how many months I don't know, but like from how many years I don't know, but it has not been fixed. But yeah, don't worry about that. So as soon as you get this item array, what you need to do is get the reference of this scroll box. Let's name this store scroll box. Get the reference of the store scroll box. Clear all the child and then create a new widget. The widget should have an item widget type, and this item, oh sorry, after this add a for each loop. So we will go through all the items that we got and we will add them in the inventory. You get to run this. Oh sorry, we will add them in the scroll box, and then get the scroll box again and add child, and done, and you will see the items on the screen now. This should be working. I don't think we have any reason that this will not work now also. Let's see. And yeah, you see we got one item here on the screen, which doesn't have any values. Let's close and go back in the output log, and you will see here we ran a request for this. We got this item also, but yeah, here you have this neutral AK-47 skin, and this is the first element of that array. So we can get the ID, we can get the type, we can get the title, but again, if you notice, this title again has a title is an object from where you need to get the neutral, as in of course, as in what do we say, array. So let's go back to our item widget, and if this is valid, then get object field, and in the object field you need to put title, and then in the title we need to get a string field which is capital neutral. I think so, it's neutral, right? Spelling mistakes should not be there. Yeah, it's neutral. Correct. And we can set the name of that item to be that. So make it a variable, name this item name, and set the item name to be this. Now this image, now this is an interesting thing. Let's go back to PlayFab, and we have not set anything for this AK-47 item as far as I remember. Yeah, it's not set. Let's set something here. Edit draft item, load. I will select the same image of that song, legacy, and just save and publish. Oh, no type is selected here. I think so. Yeah. So let's thumbnail and save and publish. So we have a main test.png jpeg image, and now we should get that in the game, and we should be able to like show that in the game also. Let's see. Login. AK-47 screen. The text is getting updated correctly. Let's open the output log, and if you see, we have a new field, creation date, content, images. Yeah, images, and the first item images is again array. Image array has two things, ID, type, and URL. So what we can do is go back to your item and then get array field. Now the field name is images, I think, with an S. Yeah. And we will just get the first element, call it as an object, then get a string field for URL, and as soon as you get, just call download image function, pass the URL here, and on success set the image here. So we will call this set brush make. Image size is a vector, so we will pass in 240 by 240, and image value is here. Again, just to verify that URL, the name matches itself, Remember, the spelling mistakes should not be there, and if it is not there, you will be very nice to go. Download, bro. Why did you not download? Yeah, it did download. So you see how it took some time to download, but what is happening is basically if I replay, it will download it again. Like it doesn't check the cache memory. So what you need to do is you can get a plugin. So now it's quicker because I think it was an internet thing. So now what you need to do is you need to make sure you have a download cache checker, basically which will check if this download image URL is already downloaded or not. So if it is already downloaded, use that texture, and if it is not downloaded, download a new image and then use it. Because if you are like the user is checking items 200 times and you are downloading it 200 times, that's bad. So just always make sure the image is downloaded. So now when we are setting the image also, we just need to make this purchase function work. So let's do that also. So all items have an ID which you can verify from here. This is the ID for this item. We just need to call the purchase inventory item function with this ID. So let's do that. So go here, make this purchase on pressed. So here what we will do is we will create a new function with this BPI game instance and name this purchase item. Node input input should be basically item ID should be passed, and this can be a string. So whenever we press that button, we should get the game instance. And just call purchase item. Now we need an ID, so what we can do is either we can take the ID here itself, or we can get the item reference here and then get string field for ID and pass the ID here. So let's go back to our BP game instance. Implement. Okay, we can comment this out, bro. Looks good. Get store items. And let's implement this function for purchase inventory. So when this purchase item thing is called, we need to construct a JSON object and name this purchase inventory item. Here. Now one more thing that we need to pass anyhow is the catalog value, like for which the user is buying. So if you notice the values that we are getting here, each has a amount also added to it. Like if you go to here, so if you see, it has a price options, although the price is it comes to be an empty here. I am not sure why. Let me see. Okay, I solved it somehow, but again I reported it as a bug. Now what is happening is basically the default price one item is always getting out to be null. So like this value doesn't get returned. If I remove this, then this price one becomes 3000 gold currency, and then if I publish it, then you will see like the price one is always coming to be null in the game. But somehow it works somehow, like sometimes, but the item 2 always is valid. So this time you will notice, see the first thing, this item works because like I put like overrided it. So okay, it should be solved till the time this video comes out, but yeah, let's continue. So now if you see, we have this price options, and under that price and under that amount, and then under that we get this item ID and amount that we need to pass. So the first thing that we need to get, let's go back to this item widget. We also need to pass in the currency ID and the currency amount. So select this. This is because the item can be purchasable in multiple currencies. currency ID and currency amount. This should be an integer, and then go back. So currency ID you can get from here, get object field. So the object field is price options. Then again get the object field. Next object field is amounts. No, sorry, prices. And then get an array field. Now this array field is amounts. And now what you get out of it is you just get the first value. Now this is because I only have a single type. Item ID and amount is stored. So we will get string. Oh, sorry, as object. Here link this, and from here get string field, which is amount. Oh, sorry, the first thing should be ID. Put it in the currency ID, and then get the number field, which should be amount. For sure it should be amount, yeah, and pass it in the currency amount. And now we are good to go. Let's go to VP game instance, and here we need to set these values in. So we also need to construct a new object for price. So let's do that. Price amount, just set that. Set string field, pass in the ID, currency ID, and second we need to pass in the amount. Just need to check one thing. Oh, sorry, this should not be an ID, it should be item ID. Next, set string field. Set string field. Let's array bro, please work. Why do I feel my Unreal Engine is about to crash? Please no, please no, please no. I'm stuck. Yeah, we'll be back soon. Okay, so it got hopefully I restarted the, yeah, so Unreal crashed and everything after I did this was destroyed. So let's do it again. Let's construct a JSON object. I don't think in the video you will see that happening, or I will put a cut here. So let's promote it to a variable and name this maybe purchase item object, and then construct a new object, name this inventory item object. No, currency item object, sorry. Now in this purchase item object, just set a field. You can set it to be string, set a string field, and you need to pass the ID here. This is string value should match this item ID. Next, what you need to do is get from this currency item ID, and you need to get set string field. Just to keep things clear, I can make it, I can break this here and I can break it here, so that you guys can clearly see which thing is taking from which. Yeah, And now we will get an item ID. Item ID. And this item ID is the currency item ID. So put it here. We also need the amount. So set string field. Name this amount. And amount will go here. Oh, amount is a string. Okay. Let's go back to our function and make this item amount a string only. Why to convert it in two different forms? Get this amount and pass it here. Compile and save. So now this is done. Let's after this we can execute this. One more thing that we need to do is we also need to set the object. Oh no, that is not required. Just search for purchase inventory items. So now you can purchase an item and you can see like 3500 stacks of item can be added in a single inventory collection. So let's make this so few things that we need to pass is first is this item ID, this item, which is this purchasable item object. Then we need the price amount, which you can make an array for, and pass the currency item object. And you also need to pass in basically the store ID. Now the store ID, you can take it from the main store itself. Like from here we execute this search items, so we will copy this and pass the store ID. If this is success, failure, on failure we will call this. If it is success, we will make it purchase success. We'll break a boolean and just print the transaction IDs. This is done, so we will name purchase items. Now after we have purchased the items, okay, let me just show you by purchasing an item. So yeah, that means like it works. It's not some jhulmal thing going on. And I press on purchase. Invalid parameters. Oh, did I make a spelling mistake? One sec. Price options. Under that we have, okay, price options here. Prices. It says it does not exist. Oh, sorry. Prices is also a array field. Sorry. If you notice after this price options, this prices is returning an array field and we are using it as an object field. Okay. Now these mistakes happen, so sorry for that. But let's again get a array field. And prices. We get the first element as object. And paste it here. It should work now ideally. Login, purchase, invalid parameters. Okay, now this time what was the invalid parameter? Field ID was not found, null used as a string, amount and item ID. Okay, now found it. Here it should not be ID but item ID. Login. Let it download first. Yeah, and purchase. Arey yeah. Request must contain an amount or a duration. It does contain an amount. Hmm. This is the amount, correct amount, right? Let's see. Yeah, looks like this. Yeah, it's the correct. Oh. Okay, sorry, found it. Go to BPG instance, and here you have this first value amount. How many items you want to purchase in one? So it should be one. Like of course, you will purchase a single item and purchase, and you got four. So the purchase was successful. And to show that, I will, if I re-log in, my currency got reduced by 3000. But it doesn't show in inventory because we have not set up that function. So let's do that. So now we need to get the current inventory items. So we have this function where we call event update currency and inventory. So now here we need to call we need to update our. So let me make this function go up and make it cover. Now the things would remain exactly the same except the last part. So I will call this function and make a copy of this. And on false, we will just call this. And also need to set this thing up because we don't need to get the currency. We just need to get the item. Let me search for this. Now, because this is a catalog item, you just need to search for catalog item and it would be done. Now, one more thing that I want to tell, if you are trying to search for UGC, just type UGC and that should also work. One more thing that we have is subscription. So everything should be small case and there should not be any S if you are writing, if you want to search for subscriptions or stuff like that. So after this, this is done, we can just go. Do we need to do anything else? I think nope, right? Here we get the ID and done. Okay, nice. Let's make a promoted to a variable and name this inventory items. And we can make a delegate inventory updated. Let's go back to item widget. Oh no, we need to go to the main widget, that is the main menu, and graph. Make a sequence and we can call, yeah, let's go to this place and we can call by assign event to inventory updated. And then after this, we can just from here call inventory, get inventory and items. No, sorry. Inventory update in currency and inventory, and this should be false. Now after this, we can again add it to this event itself. Inventory. It should be PlayFab JSON object and an array of it, and call this. Right, and go to for each loop, clear the scroll box for inventory. So get this inventory scroll box and clear it. And for each item you can do the same, just copy this and paste. Now one more thing that we need to do, like now this thing basically should work. There is no thing that we need to do. Let's run login. Oh, it did not. Yeah, it did bring up, but it added it to in store only. Sorry, my mistake. Main menu. Yeah, I added it to the store. Had to add it to the inventory. Dismiss. After this, if you see, we got an error that it does not contain an image or stuff. Because the thing is, when we call that, it's just calling, like it's just giving you an item that you own and does not provide you any other data. Like you have this item and this with this info. So when you call this, we need to go to this item widget. Oh no, okay, sorry. Yeah, it's working. Let's play and see. Yeah, you can see we are getting the inventory also, we are getting the store. Now for inventory items, if you need to get, like if for inventory you will have to get items info using a separate API, which will basically return whatever item ID that you pass, and it will return the item values for that. But I don't think I should. So basically, I just wanted to, like, before, like I did not want to keep you hanged and just want to show you how you can get the information for any item that you own. Now you don't need to run API request for each item using a for each loop. You can just call this get items array, get items, and pass all the IDs that you get. Now if you don't know how to get the IDs, you can get a string field. Oh, sorry, you can get a for each loop from this thing, and for each item you can just get a string field that is ID, and make an array of it, and like just send it as a single string here, like by a comma. Of course, you just need to separate them by comma and return this, and in the response it will return all the values. So but that is again a UI stuff that I don't think I need to cover. If you need help with that, you can join Discord and I would be more than happy to help. Hope this video helps you out in creating your own dream game and stuff. UGC video and the Azure functions video will be up by next week. So thanks a lot for watching, and let's meet in the next one. And yeah, we completed 3 years of Betide now. Bye.